Alright everyone, it's time for the Occult video number 303, Cyber-occultism, things like online Ouija boards, online tarot readings, zodiacs and stuff, a lot of which is semi-automated. Even with oracle systems, you can use a random number generator to do what oracle systems wouldn't be able to involve themselves with that from, because of course they existed hundreds of years before the modern computer. A random number system, I've actually done this, can be used for like Napoleon's Oraculum and stuff, where you have to, in some of the oracle works, what you're supposed to do is cast forth sticks, pardon the pun, you can flip a coin, you can do various things like that, as long as you have sort of an on-off, like a 1-0 sort of possibility that's pseudo-random, you can work an oracle system. Online random number generators are a more convenient way of doing that than studying the runes. You can find those online as well. I thought that the most interesting one that I had seen, so years ago I remember there was an online Ouija board, and what you did, of course, is you used your mouse or touchpad as the planchette. Now, what are my thoughts on the usefulness of these things? If you take the occult seriously, I mean if you're actually practicing these things. And of course, I don't believe particularly I don't believe in Ouija boards being effective. I'm interested in tarot. I don't really endorse that as a fortune-telling model. I'm more into dream interpretation, oracles, and things of that nature. If you take these seriously. If the purpose is to simply derive a 0-1 sort of number, a random number generator, in order to work an oracle or something, that makes sense. Of course, you could say, well, the witchy hand of some deity or some spirit has come down and affected the number that just came out in order to give me the right result. Maybe not. I guess that's up to your interpretation, but that is reasonable. The problem with like an online Ouija board as a fully programmed website, it's not just dealing with simple numerics, right? It is a complex program. I don't think there's any particular evidence that the online Ouija board would actually work. I guess the idea is the spirit will move your hand with the mouse and you can use the Ouija board. The problem is that Ouija boards are a parlor game. I found it funny. I edited one work. It was very short. I think it was only like 25 pages or something. Like a few years ago, I edited a work from the early 20th century, and there was a couple of women who were talking about Ouija boards, and they were saying, well, Ouija boards work, and they're very godly. God sends elemental spirits down to possess the board in order to give us wisdom and stuff. And then meanwhile, at the same time, some people are saying, well, yeah, the Ouija board works, but it's full of demons. It's full of imps. Another really funny one, and this is still up, actually. I haven't checked the online Ouija board to see whether that's still there, is the ghost box. That is that there's a ghost box that you can tune into, and it's live, I think, from the UK. It broadcasts, and you can listen to the ghost box. And I'm thinking the problem is, if you were using that, like for paranormal research or something, building a ghost box in and of itself, all it is it's a radio, receives radio signals, and it sort of automatically just cycles up and down through the bands. And the idea is that spirits can tune into those frequencies and then talk to you or make noises or whatever. It is pseudo-scientific. Speaking as someone who has studied the paranormal fairly in depth, this is no different than like the Victorian explanation with new technology. I don't believe in it. I don't think any other reasonable person does. Ghost adventure sort of stuff, that particular side of the paranormal, because it is exciting to people, since it's spooky, has been corrupted the most. The forms of occultism that are less exciting are the ones that are the least corrupted. Dream interpretation. Nobody's going to make a TV show out of it. Nobody's going to make a radio series interpreting dreams. You might see some of that in like fortune-telling, channels, some pay-per-view program with Miss Cleo just fresh out of the clink. Other than that, it's not going to make you any money. So if it makes money, expect it to be corrupted. This is the case with religion too. This is why I oppose organized religion, because of course that is 1,000 times more likely to be corrupted because it's organized. Hey, I need money. We need a building now and a printing press, benches and stuff like that. Otherwise we can't worship the right way. God would be upset because we'd look too poor. It'd reflect badly on him. As far as cyber-occultism, a lot of it is just toys. It's just fun. Again, it's like the sort of thing, EVP readings and shit like that you would get on a ghost hunting program, or some series that brings in $1 million an episode because people pretend to be looking for Loch Ness Monster or something like that. It's horseshit. Some of it, though, is helpful for a more authentic occult practice. A random number generator is at least no better or worse and would be equivalent to using any other system. Again, flipping a coin. It's technically pseudo-random. If you believe in full determinism, with or without the chaos effect, of course, the butterfly effect, chaos theory, then everything being determined beforehand, of course, would lead to a predetermined outcome based on the velocity and the movement of the coin and the airspeed and stuff like that. Going beyond that, though, technically a random number generator is the same. Random number generators are technically pseudo-random too, but it's as close as you can get. Of course, people back then did not understand this. They thought if you flipped a coin, it was truly random, because they didn't understand physics as well. So just a little bit about cyber-occultism, some thoughts on it. Again, if it's just mathematics that's being derived, a set of numbers or letters or something, I would say go for it in your occult practice. If not, if it's something more complex, you're trying to communicate with a spirit or something, I don't think that they're doing it through your computer, especially through a ghost box that's in another continent, possibly. I don't think that that's really... It's something for people to be spooky about. You know, it's almost October now, which means it's basically Halloween. You're getting into the ghosts and ghouly sort of stuff. That's fine. Just don't expect that to be necessarily historically authentic or accurate. That's about all. Peace out.